So the Kevin Durant free agency rumors picked up again, as there was, at least for a minute, the idea that he would potentially sign with the Boston Celtics because he said some nice things about the city. Does anybody think this would actually happen? I don't know, but I'm trying to get some views, so let's talk about it. If we look at the Celtics as well as OKC's present situations, the Thunder are no worse than the fourth best team in the league, and the duo of course, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, two top 5 players, is the best duo we've seen since probably LeBron and Dwayne Wade, and I mean, these two by themselves make OKC a title contender. The rest of the roster is interesting. They have a couple of legitimate quality players in Serge Ibaka, who's a two-way stud, and Steven Adams is to be respected on the boards as well as defensively. But their other center, Enes Kanter, is, he's decent at finishing around the rim, but defensively he's a turnstile. That's become his nickname. And then, of course, there is the shooting guard situation with guys like Anthony Morrow, who can shoot but can't play any defense, and then there's Robertson, who can play defense but can't shoot, and then of course, Dion Waiters is Dion Waiters, and it's guys like this that might lead OKC to not being as good, as well-rounded as a team like San Antonio, for example, who just have a plethora of quality players. I mean, of course, they have their foundation of stars with Kawhi Leonard as well as LaMarcus Aldridge, but then there's also names like Manu Ginobili coming off the bench, and David West, as well as Boris Diaw, who can be a versatile scorer as well as a passer, and of course Tim Duncan is still a quality player. And then if we look at another team like Golden State, who's just stupid good, there's the belief that OKC just can't beat these teams in the West. So let's say Durant actually decided to head to the Boston Celtics. Well, let's look at the Celtics as they are right now. Of course, they're a quality team that's really amplified by Brad Stevens being a fantastic coach. They play hard, they play together, they play a little bit better than you might expect them to. Of course, they are a very good defensive team centered around Avery Bradley as well as Jay Crowder, and Isaiah Thomas is their premier scorer, but they're really looking for that top-tier player, and safe to say Kevin Durant being probably the second best player in the league at this point. He fits the bill, and if he joined the Celtics, I think immediately you would see him in more off-ball action just because of Brad Stevens' wit, but at the same time he would be the guy for the Celtics to just say, alright, this play isn't working, let's just give it to Kevin and do his thing, and you have to imagine they would be one of the best teams, especially given that they would still be a very good defensive team. So if this happened, here's the rotation for you, still pretty balanced throughout. Let's just see how 2K feels about Kevin Durant wearing green. I mean, they already lost the second game of the season to the Raptors, so maybe they're already panicking, but perhaps not. We're not going to care about draft picks at this point. Oh god, they lost to OKC. That's pretty ironic. I bet Westbrook had like a quintuple double or something, whatever the hell I'm saying in that game. And so, about midway through the season, I mean, pretty damn good, but at the same breath, like, not as amazing as you might think. And they're actually going on a bit of a losing skid at the moment. Oh, great. If this really happened, the city of Boston would hate Kevin Durant because, the city's pretty unrelenting when it comes to their sports. So, they would acquire this star player and we're just a pretty good team. They'd be like, oh, God, let's just get this guy out of here immediately. And I'm not lying. Boston sports fans are really that irrational. Or maybe I'm thinking too much ahead because they're winning to end the season. Isn't it pretty ironic how Russell Westbrook wins MVP, averaging a triple-double? So according to 2K, if Durant's not on the team, Westbrook becomes Oscar Robertson. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Joakim Noah for being good, and hey, DeAndre Jordan still got traded to the Hornets. He always gets traded in 2K, I don't know why. Brad Stevens didn't even win Coach of the Year. I don't know, man, this isn't looking like the best thing in the world according to 2K. And in the first round, going up against the Miami Heat, they beat them in 6 games, so perhaps the Celtics are, with KD are turning this thing around. Good start. Okay, maybe not. What the hell? They just got swept by the Milwaukee Bucks? Well, this is awkward. And then as we see, Cleveland and San Antonio, look at that, Golden State actually lost in the first round, and then the Spurs won the title. So basically, if Kevin Durant went to the Celtics, the seismic twist in the NBA would just be so drastic. Look at this, Jabari Parker became Michael Jordan in Game 4, and let's see how the Celtics did. Where is Kevin Durant? Oh my goodness, he had 6 points. Well then, if Kevin Durant goes to the Celtics, he's going to become a potato, so maybe it'll be best if Durant just never goes to Boston according to 2K. Shout out to Kawhi for winning Finals MVP.